Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Procast, the side of East Yorkshire, and today over 1v1 on Meeting of Minds. Over in the Necron corner we have Stormtrout, and over in the Dark Eldar corner we have Shed. Shed throwing out 2 Mandrakes, Fleet of Foot, as well as a Hall of Blood, Homunculus Laboratory and Plasma Gen, whereas the Necron player throwing out triple Plasma Generators, Forbidden Archive, as well as some Necron Warriors. So a very exciting game, as this will be the first time on this channel we will see some Dark Eldar nonsense on the field. Few different things compared to the vanilla version of Dark Eldar. Let's say, for example, we've got some Fleet of Foot on the go for them. There's a whole bunch of different stuff that they do, but I'll explain the differences in the Pro Dark Eldar compared to vanilla Dark Eldar as we go on. Some Necron Warriors just been popped for the Necrons. We're pushing out and seeing what they can see. Everyone just capturing their nearest and dearest so far. We've got some Incubis coming out for the Dark Eldar, which is a new squad for Pro. You can recruit them separate from the Archon. Archon also being built up by the Dark Eldar as well. Necron Lord coming out as well for the Necron player. Builder Scarabs not quite focusing on capturing any of the strategic points, just going for their immediate relic. These boys pushing out to see if anyone's trying to capture their critical location over yonder. Incubi fleet of footing out of the base, probably going to do some early game harass. Tortured Slave moving about, not building any towers of loathing as of yet. Ah, there we go, throwing down 1 tower of loathing on their choke point, strategic point over here. Necron Warriors still pushing out, having a look, and they will see these Mandrakes. We'll get involved with them. Going to get involved in close combat. They do just narrowly squeak out a close combat advantage, and they will make short work of those Mandrakes. Incubi in the base, going to smack down this obelisk. Builder Scavs are going to repair it, and some Necron Warriors are going to push these guys out of the base. These boys are very, very good in close combat, and they also have a little bit of a ranged attack as well. Archon out on the field with a second Incubi squad. These boys are capped at 2 squads for your army. They will teleport those Necrons back home. Incubi now moving around the side. Necrons not the quickest of armies. They will have a difficult time keeping up with everything that the Dark Eldar can bring to bear. As Incubi are going to try and smack around these Builder Scavs, but the Builder Scavs are just going to tunnel underground without any infiltration detection. These guys will be quite difficult to find. Archon and some Incubi pushing on into the base. Archon is going to get some elite Incubi with him as well. They are going to do some Plasma Generator bashing, and they are able to get through the Generator's armour very, very quickly. Necron Warriors will try and push these boys back. Archon is going to tie them up in close combat, going for a second elite Incubi as well. Necron Warriors kind of a bit alone at the moment. They might not be able to take on this many boys. They do have the ability to reinforce themselves while they're near the Necron Monolith, and they are quite quick at reinforcing themselves. So these guys will be just probably having a game of cat and mouse around the base. These boys not wanting to focus down on these warriors. They are going to continue bashing the Necron economy. We do have some attack scarabs out for the Necrons as well. Necron Warriors focusing down on these boys, but they will teleport back to the Monolith in aid of defending the Plasma Gens. Plasma Generators not going down as quickly without the Archon assisting them. There's some more Incubi over here slapping down these Plasma Gens. Attack Scarabs, while very fragile and not that imposing, are very good at slapping around buildings. Necron Lord focusing down on Tower Loathing over here. They have a bit of a base trade going on. Sizable amount of Necron Warriors out on the field now. Will be able to hold up. Well, I say they will be able to. They are 9 in total. 1 unit losing all its morale. Once the morale has gone, the Necron Warriors aren't able to repair themselves once they go down. Archon using one of his abilities slows down whatever squad is targeted and also steals some of their health. Necron Warriors are in a bit of a dangerous situation. Attack Scarabs managed to take down a Tower of Loathing over here and will probably decap this relic once they are ready. Gorse turret near the relic. Incubi has been able to take down this Plasma Gen over here. Necron Warriors still holding on. Necron Builder Scarabs looking at their summoning core, but won't quite go for it just yet. They are kind of hovering around. Necron Lord about to teleport back in. Will be able to do some significant damage to the Archon, though he is not the most bashy of heroes. Will provide some much needed support. Also have some attack scarabs as well coming into support, and some more builder scarabs coming in from the monolith. These attack scarabs still making their way around the base of the Dark Eldar. Builder scarabs over, well, not builder scarabs, so the attack scarabs over here, and the Necron Warriors on very, very low numbers. Incubi still holding on. They are very, very chunky boys, medium heavy infantry. Necron Warriors down to one model. We do have a Necron tier pillar going down, which will aid in the health regen of the Necron Warriors. Archon losing both his elite Incubi and will be forced to retreat. They have finally pushed these boys out as the Necron player is taking down a fair number of buildings, or Tower of Loathing should I say, with their attack scarabs. I'll swap over to their side just because I like hearing the unit barks. More attack scarabs moving in. Almost taking out this Tower of Loathing, but the Tortured Slaves will help rebuild and repair everything nearby. 95 and 30 to 50. I'm not sure what the power conversion rate is, as the Necron economy is slightly different. While things are relatively quiet, I'll talk about another change in the Vanilla versus Pro. You'll see that the Dark Eldar have got a Soul Essence counter over here, and some of their units and research requires the use of Soul Essence. We do also have a Incubus Helm of Torture research going down, which will allow the Incubi to have plasma, well, not plasma grenade, or just general grenades and whatnot, as well as a general increase in their health and whatnot. We do have tier 2 going down for the Dark Eldar. These attack scars being chased around by the Incubi. Summoning Core has been popped for the Necron. Still on tier 1 though. These boys will teleport back home, avoiding the... well, not teleport home, they will teleport to this obelisk over here. Trying to avoid these fleet of foot Incubi. All goes relatively quiet. Mandrake's over here capturing his critical location. We do have a Dark Foundry for the Dark Eldar as well. Lots of meaty slave chambers also being built up. Attack Scarabs falling back from the Incubi. Necron Warriors tentatively moving forward. Pardon me. Now going to engage these boys in close combat. The assistance of the attack scarabs. Do have some more attack scarabs over here, just kind of chilling out. These boys don't want to stay in the base for too long. They do have the map control advantage, so if they hold fire for a little while, they can build up a larger force and maybe move in. Necron bases are notoriously difficult for taking on, as these plasma gens do have the ability to reduce the line of sight of anyone who's near them. Necrons moving in. We do have a Necron tier pylon being built up. Again, increasing the health regen of all these Necron warriors nearby. Incubi squad, 2 models on very low health. Archon now with 3 elite Incubi. Do manage to get a model, does the Necron Lord. Attack Scarabs trying to mulch down on this Tower of Loathing, although Tortured Slave will have something to say about that. Mandrakes as well will also cut through their numbers fairly quickly. You have tier 3 going down for the Dark Eldar as well. No upgrades on the monolith as of yet. We do have a Disruption Field research going down for the Necron player, which will make these Necron warriors a whole lot more beefy and tanky. Sizable Dark Eldar presence on the northern side of the battlefield. Builder Scavs are going to decap this critical location in the middle. Although they've still got some more decap. Although, oh no, never mind. That has cancelled the countdown. Large force of Necrons moving down to the south side. Do have some Builder Scavs over here being bunkered down on the ground. We do now have tier 2 going for this Awakened Monolith. It is a very quick research for them. These boys are going to move in, see if they could do some base harassing of their own. The Necron army being the size that... not Necron, the Dark Eldar army being the size that it is, will be able to fend these boys off while still keeping large functioning force over here. Tier 2 has been acquired for the Necrons. Do have some Shadow Skin research for the Mandrakes, which will make them invisible, I do believe. Let's just have a look. Oh no, never mind. It does something, but for what, I do not know. Do have some other bits and bobs. We have some Scourge squads being researched. Or, should I say, built. Necron warriors returning back to the base, going to try and push these Mandrakes back. These boys are going to go over here for reasons. We have a Tower of Loathing being built up on the natural strategic point outside of the Necron base. Is a bit of a siege going on at the moment. Critical location down here has been decapped. We have a thermoplasma generator for the Dark Eldar as well that will be attacked by these attack scavs over yonder. Mandrakes slowly but surely being killed and maimed by the Necron warriors. They will have a full squad wipe over here. Then they will see this Tower of Loathing. They might go and see if they can try and destroy it. Attack scavs over here making their way through this Tower of Loathing as well. Archon just chilling out down here, making sure no one keeps carrying that critical location. Attack scavs have managed to take down this Tower of Loathing and will retreat from these incubi. Necron warriors over here are trying to take down this Tower of Loathing along with the help of their Necron Lord. This Necron squad over here has lost its morale, but they do manage to take down the Tower of Loathing and will now focus down on this slave chamber. We have a full squad of flayed ones out on the field as well, and a Greater Summoning Corps being built up as well. Ravager out on the field, very good against infantry and heavy infantry, can be upgraded with some Dark Lances for their anti-vehicle capabilities. Scourge squad also on the field as well, all been upgraded with Dark Lances. Will be on the Plasma Gen hunt, I would assume. Archon over here losing all of his boys to the Ghost turret. More Necron warriors as well. Gonna harry these boys. Do have a engagement going on over here, and Stormtrap throws out the GG. I assume that when he sees this Ravager, he'll probably think they doesn't have anything to answer for it. Economy a bit too far behind to catch up. And he will throw out that GG. But we do have a little bit left on the timer. Still all to play for, potentially. Scourge is focusing down on the Necron warriors, or the Necron Lord over here. Necron Lord has been surrounded. Will have to teleport out if he wants to get out. Necron Lord has gone down. Blade One's just chilling in the middle. Almost taking down the Archon there. Archon fleet of footing around. Ravager moving into the base. Will be mulching his way through these flayed ones. Flayed ones won't be able to stand up to too much punishment from this vehicle. Incubi slapping down the flayed ones. A second Ravager is out. And yeah, it does seem that the early map presence of the Dark Eldar and their sizable army being able to keep their map pressure up across the game didn't allow the Necrons any breathing space. Well, cool. That was an interesting game. Anyway, my name's been Mr. Landchat. Pleasure as always, never a shot, and I will see you in a bit. Peace.